Hello everybody, welcome back to Simple Art for Adults. My name's Erin, and as you probably already guessed from the title, today I am going to show you how I color gemstones. Now there are a whole bunch of tutorials all across YouTube on how to color gemstones, so I'm not trying to tell you that my way is the right way. I'm just showing you the way I do it. And you can see my example here in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. This is such a lovely, lovely book. And basically what I've done here is I've just randomly colored in some 3-color gradients. And then I've gone over the black lines with my white gel pen, and that is pretty much it. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, I'm unprepared for this. I didn't even bring my gel pen out. So this is not... I'm already like totally unprepared. We'll use a white Posca for what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to draw a gemstone here in my sketchbook, and I'm going to show you how I would color it. So to draw a gemstone, here's a little drawing lesson. You just make a little diamond, or to draw one like the one that I'm coloring in Johanna's book here. You're just going to draw yourself a little diamond. Then you're going to make a little line coming out of each side. You can make it as long or as short as you want. The longer you make it, the thicker the sides of the gem. And then you connect all of those little lines, just like this. And of course mine's going to be a little bit crooked, but oh well, we don't care. Okay, so I've been using Pablo's in this one. I have white, I have pink, I have purplish red, and I have aubergine as my dark color. So what I've been doing is starting with the pink, and basically what I do is I just pick like a random corner or line and I start there, just like this. So on this one I'm going to color, I'm going to leave this part of it white, I'm going to color the rest pink. On this one I'm going to start over here on this side and color, and just leave that whole top of that one the way it is. Over here, I'm going to color from this corner up, kind of like that. And then on this, I'm going to color the pink right here at this corner. So by doing this, I'm not sure if you guys can really see this. Let me zoom you in a little bit more. By doing this, I've basically mapped out where my highlights are going to be on my gemstone on the outside edges. So now for the inside, what I'm going to do, or what I try to do, is pick corners where it's going to contrast nicely with the highlights that I've left. So I have a highlight right here, so I'm going to color this corner. And since I already have this whole corner filled in, I'm going to put another smaller one like right here. So then that leaves my highlight in the center, like right there. And then I just come back in with my darker color and I start making my gradient. So that was pink. This color is purplish red. So now I'm going to make my gradient here. And it's not going to blend too well at first. This is a cheap sketchbook, and the paper is not the best for colored pencils. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good. It's a little cheap Daler and Rowney sketchbook I think I picked up at Walmart years ago. But just so you get the gist of it. Then I'm going to come back in with my aubergine, and I'm going to put some contrast in the corners. And this is kind of a dark reddish purple, but when I put it over this pink, it's going to look deeper and darker, and it makes a really nice shadow color. So that's why I'm using it for this purpose. And then what I'll do is I'll just go back over everything here until I'm happy with the way that it looks. So I have my shadows in now, so I'm just going to come back in with my purplish red again. And I'm going to go build this color up just a little where I have it. Make it a little darker. And now I'm going to go back in with my pink. I'm going to color everything except for my highlights. So I'm going over all the other colors that I've put down. There we go. And then, oh, I didn't do this one here in the center. Fix that just a little bit. Okay, and then all I do after that is I just take my white and I start over the pink because I don't want to take my dark color away. I start over my highlighted areas and go over the pink with it. And that kind of really helps it pop. And it's not going to pop so much on this paper because there's nothing else really around it. But that's kind of what it looks like at this stage. And you can leave it just like this and it kind of makes it look shiny. But if you want to take it a step further, you can take a white gel pen, or in my case, I'm going to use my white Posca pen if I can get it to work right. And I just go over all the black lines. And I wait until after I have it colored in this case. Ooh, this Posca really doesn't like this paper at all. It's pilling the paper, so hopefully you guys will get the gist, because it really doesn't want to even cover it. Let me do what I can with this, and then I'll get my, I'm not really sure where my Uniball gel pen is right now. I don't really want to leave you guys hanging while I go look for it, but I do have a jelly roll in front of me. I can try that because the bright white really helps it pop. Let me dig my jelly roll out. Whoop, throw it at myself. Jelly roll, this one's the white one, I think. Get it started. Okay, let me try this. Well, that doesn't want to work either, not on this paper anyway, or not over top of the Posca. Anyway, we're trying. We're working on it. There, I'll just try to go over it with the Posca one more time to darken it up some. Maybe that will help. I think this one's about shot. It's not, doesn't want to work right. It keeps building a bunch of paint up at the end. In a coloring book, this is not this difficult, I promise. It's this paper, and I didn't realize that this Posca was going to be such a pain on it. So I'm dabbing. But anyway, you get the picture. This is what it looks like when you're finished. Except it's not gray, it's actually more of a white. But it looks nice. I think it looks nice. And of course, if you have your light source in your image that's coming from a specific angle, then you would pick on your little facets, you would pick which way the light's coming from, and then you would color like the back end of that facet so that it would look like the light's hitting it in a certain place. So what we'll do is I'm going to come over here to this one. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one for you here on camera as soon as I remember where I have put my Signo pen, which is a really good question because I honestly have no idea where it is. All right, bear with me. I'm going to go look for it and I will come back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have found my Signo, so we are good to go. And basically, I'm going to do this just like I showed you on the other one. My light source is coming from the center of the page and shining on everything equally, so I don't really have a specific direction that I want the light to be shining. And for that reason, I'm just choosing like random angles to put my colors. So I'm going to start with a really light layer of the pink, and I'm just going to lay it down in random places, random sides. So I've got it going all the way around along this, all the way along this, and I'll put some right up here on this side. And I'm going to leave this part white, and then over here I'll put some up all along this side. And then because I don't have anything here, I'm going to have the highlight behind it. I'm going to go ahead and add some pink on this side of the gemstone. I have no idea what is going on outside, but somebody's outside banging It looks like my next door neighbors have decided to change their front door. So if you can hear that, my apologies. And then I think I'll put a little along this facet. Alright, so now that I have my pink in, let me put that in the center. I'm going to come along with my purplish red again, and I'm going to very, very lightly go over and start creating my gradient over the top of that pink. Now you can make this darker and make your gemstone look brighter. Or what I've done really is I've tried to make mine look a little more subtle. So as you noticed in my ones that I showed you at the start of the video, they are not really too deep and dark. I'm building up my color here pretty slowly. Of course, the neighbors wait until I decide that I'm going to go ahead and sit down and record this tutorial to start banging on things right outside of my window. Just my luck. But we're going to get through this anyway, so if I wait for it to be quiet in my neighborhood, I'll never get anything done. Alright, and then I'm going to come back in with my aubergine, and I'm going to put that in the places where I want the deepest, darkest color. There we go. Just put it right along the edge here. And the trick here is that you want to have some dark color right up against the highlight. And then you want to have the rest of it, some of it, in a gradient. And that's what makes it look the way that it does. And I hope that makes sense, the way I'm explaining it. Okay, so now I'm going to come back. That's all the aubergine that I'm going to put into this, I think. So now I'm going to come back and go back over with purplish red, and I'm going to darken it up some. I'm going to keep building up my gradients. I had this weird comment yesterday on a video from somebody who mentioned I was holding my pencil like a caveman. So I just want to take the time, if you guys do notice that I hold my pencil funny, I do sometimes. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I have, in order to get this view to where I don't have a shadow in front of my hand where you guys can see, or where my hand is over my picture, I have 3 lights all around me. So I have 3 different daylight lamps shining down on this right here. Plus, I'm trying my best not to have to shift and turn my book. So in lieu of shifting and turning the book, I'm shifting and turning my hand, and I'm holding my arm at all these weird angles. And sometimes, in order to, not color outside the lines, I do have to hold my pencil kind of like a caveman, and it might look a little funny. So I wasn't aware that my trying to accommodate my viewers was driving so many people so batty. So if I've ever made you want to stab yourself with a fork because I hold my pencil like a caveman, my deepest apologies. I was reading that comment last night while I was sitting down outside, enjoying the rain shower with my roommate. My kids were outside. I was just kind of sitting there flipping through my phone. And I stumbled across that comment and I just almost choked. We laughed so hard. I read it out loud and we all just laughed. I was like, do I hold my pencil like a caveman? Really? So I went back and looked. I'm like, yeah, I guess I kind of do sometimes. But it's, like I said, it's because I'm constantly trying to shift and turn and keep it to where you guys can see what I'm coloring without too much shadow. I need to get a photography, words, Aaron, friend to come over and help me set up my lighting. And I think I need to buy a ring light. I record on my phone, and I've recently upgraded to a Google Pixel 4, which takes phenomenal videos, and that's, the number one reason why I got it. but the lighting situation needs some help. Okay, now I'm taking my white, and everywhere that I left a highlight, I'm just kind of going back over it, smooth it all out. I'm going to pull this highlight up like that. Alright, and then for the final step, I'm going to take my Uniball Signo, and I am very, very carefully, and you guys are just going to have to bear with me here because this is going to be awkward. I'm going to very, very carefully cover these black lines. And you guys can do this with things like flowers. If you want that no line look on your flower colorings, you can do it with those. I'm hoping I don't get these too crooked. This is my memento copy that I'm coloring. And see if I hit the paper the wrong way. I may have to come back over it again. But you just go slow. And the trick with this pen to make it work is that you have to barely touch the paper with it. If you push too hard, it doesn't want to come out. But if you just barely tap the paper with it, it comes out beautifully. And then we have our gemstone. And it kind of looked like a mess at first, but when you get the white lines covered, it really looks like the light is just bouncing off all of those facets around all the other ones. Let me zoom you back out a little so you can see what it looks like at the top with the others. There we go. That's what we've got. That's what my gemstones look like. This one may need to be darkened up just a little bit because it looks a lot lighter than that one, but I'll see once I get the ones around it done. And I'm planning to do all the little flowers around in there all the same color, and I don't know what I'm doing with anything else yet. I just know that I like this color combo, so that is what I'm doing. The dust jacket, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with it. I think I'm going to color like maybe one little flower a day or something until I get it all done. But I do definitely want to color it. I just don't know how. So if anybody has colored the inside of your dust jacket on Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the Coloring Connection on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. It's a wonderful community. And I'm going to start a thread that says, show me your, or like probably an album would be better. An album in the photo section of the group where you can go and put a picture of your dust jacket in there and show me what yours looks like. So hopefully you guys will be able to inspire me to figure out how I'm going to end up coloring mine. So if this video happens to go live before that's up, I apologize, but I am going to do that today. So I'm going to try to time it at about the same time. It's Saturday morning, about 11 o'clock now. This video should be up, I would say, within the next hour. So once that is done, please head over there, show me your dust covers. I want to see it. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I'm not going to close this book right now because I don't know if that gel pen is dry. That is all I have for you today. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so that you can come back and find more things like this. I'm going to start uploading these little short 10-15 minute videos of, you know, how I color certain things. This one may turn out to be more like 20 minutes because I talk a lot. But I'm planning on doing this more often. So if you like videos like this one and you just want to find out how I color certain little things like this, subscribe so you don't miss any. Hit the little notification bell and go to all. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because that really seriously helps my channel out. You can also go down in the description box down below and find all kinds of cool links to my Pinterest, my Instagram. You can buy me a coffee if you want. You can check out my Amazon wish list and see the kinds of things that I'm stocking up on or that I'm trying to stock up on so I can bring some new content to you guys. That's all I got. I'll be making another video for you guys sometime this weekend, but in the meantime, happy coloring.